What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Football Chatbox. It is another live draft stream. Hope you are all doing well. Nick, welcome. How are you doing? I know there are others as well in the chat. Welcome. If you are new, obviously, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button as well. And if you want me to review your drafts, send me a screenshot, whether that's either via Instagram, X, so if you're on the Discord, add it on the Rate My Team channel in Discord. I've got a few teams already. We will definitely be looking at teams based on the priority that they've been sent in terms of order. We'll start off with the ones in the Discord and then go to the ones that were sent to me on X. Nick, how are you doing? Welcome. Managed to get a break from the thesis work as I've just sent 3 chapters off to my supervisor for feedback. Need some FPL to take my mind off things. Nice. Well done. Mikkel Werner, welcome as well. Sam, welcome as well. Hope you are all doing well. Now, I'm going to quickly, I'll send mine through right now. Yes, go ahead. Let me know once you sent it as well so I can load it up on my tabs. I'm going to quickly show you a bit of what I've changed since the last stream. And obviously, you saw a bit and glimpses of my draft from the last stream, but I've changed quite a few things since then. I'm gonna bring up also. I want to bring up SofaScore as well, just in case. So let me go through mine and I'll show you guys. Roku, welcome. How are you doing? Late. I had to delay the stream by half an hour because I was getting some stuff sorted as well. So here we are after that. So this is kind of where, as things stand, I currently kinda am not fully. Jed Spence probably could be Mickey Van der Ven, some Spurs 4.5 million defender. But anyways, let's first start with the bench. I've got Tom Heaton one in goal. I assume he's probably going to be the one who starts for Man United in goal, and probably the only 4.0 goalkeeper who will be playing at least for 2-3 games maybe, if I'm lucky, before Onana is fit. So that's one of the reasons I kind of have him. If I can deploy him against Burnley or Fulham, I don't really mind. I mean, Sels is also pretty good against Crystal. Oh, actually, I could bench Sels against Palace and start Heaton against Fulham. Maybe, potentially, I don't know. We'll see. That's kind of why I've got Tommy Heaton in goal, in my second choice goalkeeper. MFZ, welcome. Too soon for me to send the same draft, Ryan. No worries. All good. Completely fine. I've got Wolves. Kijana Hove? I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm kind of butchering his name. But he started for Wolves in the last 2 games, basically. And obviously Wolves have not a good first game, but after that their fixtures are not too bad. Plays as a right wing back, so should be a pretty good player option going forward as well for Wolves. And as a 4.0 defender, I can't really complain. So I've kind of gone for him as one of my 4.0 options. I could either go for him or I could go for Rodon as well from Leeds. I haven't fully decided. Rodon obviously is a centre back with high defensive contributions. I might even go back to him from Leeds. The defensive contributions from Rodon, still kind of undecided on that. And that's basically my only 4.0. I have still to decide whether I want to go for 2 4.0s or not. This draft, by the way, has 1 million in the bank as well, as you can see, 1 million in the bank. So I'm still not yet decided on where exactly I want to spend it. We got Strand Larsen as a 6.5 million forward, one of the forward spots. And the reason I've got him in again is because of Wolves and their fixtures. It's not too bad, actually. So the fixtures do improve, like game week 2-3, it's not too bad. I can play Strand Larsen in a couple games. That's kind of why I have him at the moment. And Mark Gue, who is obviously right now as a Chelsea player still, but he is going on loan to Sunderland. He might be potentially the only 4.5 million forward we will have in the game at the moment. High chance of starting as well for Sunderland. Sunderland's fixtures are not too bad as well. If you've seen Enzo Lefe, I've got here pretty good options. If you could end up being the first choice striker for Sunderland, then this becomes a pretty good choice hence why he is now in my draft. Obviously, once it's all confirmed and official and everything, he will become a Sunderland player, but at the moment he's in the Chelsea kit. So I know, like, Freddie sent me as well a team with him in there. Without him in there, he'd put Chido Obi Martin instead as a placeholder because he already has triple Chelsea. But yeah, he's basically in there. So that's kind of where my bench is at the moment. Matthew as well, Amit as well, welcome. Hope you're doing well. So Gyökeres was there before. I've switched it to Ollie Watkins right now. Ollie Watkins has had pretty decent preseason, scored again in preseason as well. I watched the Arsenal versus Spurs game. Wasn't too impressed with Arsenal per se in terms of not being able to finish the chances or even like create clear-cut chances per se. So for the moment, I've got Watkins there. Gyökeres can come in later, but Watkins has some really good starting fixtures: Newcastle, Brentford, and Crystal Palace, followed by Everton, Sunderland, Fulham, and Burnley. I mean, Watkins could be a pretty good option until like my first wildcard. So Watkins is in there for the moment. Enzo Leffe, defensive contributions. Then basically set pieces and whatnot he takes for Sunderland. 5 million, can't complain. Pape Matar has left the building. Because Combs' former Fulham player, Joe Paulinho, is going on loan to Spurs. That kind of puts me off Pape Matar in terms of defensive contributions, because Paulinho is probably now going to take most of the defensive contributions from that Spurs side, or because of the amount of tackling he'll have to do, which means potentially maybe like Pape Matar all could potentially have a bit more less defensive contributions. I don't know. So that's kind of why I've gone away from him. He did score obviously again in the last preseason game as well, but that's kind of why I moved him. And I've been able to get Rodgers at the sacrificial move of downgrading Ains Nouri, who was here as a 6.0 defender. I've gone from 2 6.0 defenders to 1 6.0 defender. And I've been able to upgrade Pape Matar to Morgan Rodgers, I think. And then the rest of my midfield is Bruno Fernandes, Palmer, and Salah. I think this midfield, at the moment, I like it. Thoughts on Mark Yu to Sunderland? I am all for it, which is why he's in my draft. welcome. How are you doing? So I think I'm okay with my midfield, and I'm kind of settled with my midfield. The defense and the forward line is where now I need to kind of decide how to play this out. Cucurella, I've gone in for the Chelsea defender plus attacking option from fullback. Nico Williams, I spoke about Nico Williams before. In terms of defensive contributions, he's up there. He's also an attacking fullback, playing for Forest, who have amazing fixtures at the start. And I think Forest defenders, if you're looking for a 5.0 Forest defender or even a 5.5 defender, Forest defenders in like Murillo at 5.5 or Williams at 5.0 should be at the top of your list, I think, for defenders of that price bracket. Jet Spence, this could be Mickey Van der Ven as well. I was kind of impressed with Spurs and how they defended against Arsenal. I think Thomas Frank, obviously with his pragmatism, and the additional signing of Joe Paulinho as well, should probably improve their defense. So I'm kind of impressed for the moment. Their fixtures are not too bad as well for me to have a Spurs defender. I just haven't decided which one. So that's just a Spurs defender placeholder. Not sure which one it's going to be. Probably not Pedro Porro because of his price, plus at 5.5, I'm wondering whether I'd rather have an Arsenal defender at that point. I'm not really sure. So I'm still thinking what to do with this 1 million I have in the bank. Diouf. Now, I've gone for Diouf over Wan-Bissaka because if anyone who has seen West Ham and their recent friendlies, preseason games, Diouf has played in some very, very advanced positions. Now, he's going to be the other fullback on the other side. And he's been, I don't know if SofaScore is getting this wrong or what, but this is where SofaScore basically put him in the game against Everton. Someone who watched that game probably has to tell me whether he played this advanced or not. But that's insane if a defender is playing basically as like a left wing, left attack in mid spot. So I thought This is probably a slightly better deal than Wan-Bissaka, so I've leaned towards Diouf over Wan-Bissaka because that both are obviously at the same price point. So I've kind of gone for Diouf over that. If I was to go for the previous game against United, Diouf was, here we go. He was ahead of Wan-Bissaka as well in terms of attacking option. So Diouf, I think definitely someone I'm considering. Shubharan has also mentioned Footmob also had him at left wing, says Matthew. Diouf, okay, yeah, so fair enough. So I think this could be an option. Now, the only thing I'll mention with this is I do not like West Ham's fixtures at all from a clean sheet perspective. I don't think they're great. I think they're actually pretty bad from a clean sheet perspective, except for maybe Sunderland where they could do something. The others don't look great at all. But the only reason I have him in is if he's an out of position player and if he can get some attack returns at the start, pretty good for me. I will also be able to build up some team value with him as well, because out of positions people will start buying. If he gets attacking returns, price will go up. That'll be good for me as well. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I've got him in at the moment. So we'll have to wait and see in terms of that. Go for Dogu. Patrick Dogu, I don't mind at all. The only reason I don't have Patrick Dogu in at the moment is because of our fixtures. Arsenal, City, Chelsea in the opening 6. Like, I don't know about our clean sheet prospects against those 3 teams. Fulham and Burnley and Brentford, I think their chances of a clean sheet are there, but even I'm slightly uncertain. Maybe if you were to compare Diouf against Patrick Dogu, there is maybe a slight case to be made that they're both very similar in types of attacking possibilities. And if you think Patrick Dogu could get slightly better returns, I think that potentially could be a better option as well. He played well, got a goal, got an assist. And if United look like they are signing Sesko, and if they can do that before the transfer window, before season starts, and get Sesko a few minutes in preseason, then that just improves Dogu's appeal. So I don't mind Patrick Dogu as well. So the spots that I'm kind of uncertain, Jet Spence, Diouf, and Hover are the 3 defenders that I'm uncertain on. I like Williams and Kukurea. I don't think that's going to change. And I like Sells in goal. I don't think that's also really going to change. And Heaton as well, I think at the moment I'm fine with. So the 3 defensive spots are where I'm uncertain on. And obviously my forward, if Strand Larsen can be upgraded, maybe, potentially. So I have like 4 spots potentially to play with. 4 more spots in my draft to play with. And 1 million in the bank, basically. So I need to look at a few rotation fixtures to see how this team will kind of work out in terms of rotation. But that's kind of where I am at the moment. Anyone here who have thought about Estavo in Chelsea think that can be a good option in the long term? My problem with Chelsea, except for Cole Palmer and like Kukurea and all, the others, like, they have so many attacking options that I don't even know what attacking option to go and pick. That's kind of my worry with Chelsea. Like, they have so many attacking options. I'm not really sure which attacking option to go and pick. Like, even Joe Pedro, I've seen in a lot of teams. He could be a really good option, but they're looking closer to signing Javi Simmons, who could play in the 10 as well. They've got Liam Delap. They got Jackson. Chelsea have so many options that I'm like, I don't know which one to select. That's kind of why. That's the same thing with Brighton. It's the same problem I have with Brighton. Brighton also so many options that you're just like, this is just overwhelming. Too many to pick from. I don't know what their minutes are going to be like. Kind of why I've avoided most of them. Think that surely could rotate Dogu. Defensive contribution should be at high. Yes, so Dogu definitely has high defensive contributions. I'll tell you that as well. I think last season he had pretty good defensive contributions as well per 90. So I think that's pretty high for him. So I need to look into rotation combinations, and I haven't looked into that yet. So those spots, like the 3 defensive spots that I mentioned, and maybe Strand Larsen, is up for grabs by any other player. Is Newcastle doomed? The transfer window goes from bad to worse. They're getting pied by everyone. Like, they are now, I think they're if they don't get Sesko, they're still in the race apparently for Sesko. If they don't get Sesko, it seems like they'll go for Johan Visa from the looks of it. And obviously, Visa has apparently gone on strike and whatnot, and he says he wants to leave Brentford. So I don't know. Brentford also seem like they're in the mud at the moment. So we'll see. I'm a Spurs fan. Udogie will 100% start come start of the season, depending on Super Cup. Yeah. So then I probably end up with like Van der Ven in here, potentially. I think Van der Ven might be the one. But I need to see how the rotation will work. So I need to try some rotation. I need to look at fixtures and think about some rotation options. Do you prefer double Villa attack at the start? Both Watkins and Rodgers have done well in preseason. Their fixtures also not too bad, right? The question is whether both will get me enough returns to justify it. I think their fixtures are good enough that it's worth a punt, the double Villa attack, potentially. The other thing is like, who else do you put in this 7 million spot? Kudus instead of Morgan Rodgers? I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm not really sure. I think Kudus has slightly better defensive contributions potentially under Thomas Frank. But Morgan Rodgers might have slightly better attacking threat. So I don't know. I think I'm happy to start with Rodgers because mainly Rodgers is like a minutes monster as well. That's the other thing. His minutes are just insanely good. Garnacho is now priority for Chelsea. See, that's the thing, right? Too many options at Chelsea in terms of attacking option. It's all on Sesko. His decision, Man United or Newcastle. Yes. And it seems like he's slightly favouring United, but we'll see. Watkins to Newcastle. I heard Brentford won't let Visa go. I don't think Aston Villa will want to sell Watkins to Newcastle. But we'll see. I don't think so, but we'll see. Something to consider for everyone watching is that currently the only two Wolves right back options are 4 million unless someone gets played out of position. Wolves did make a sign-in, I think. If I am not mistaken, they've just made another sign-in. I saw Black Wolf, FPL Black Wolf mention this. Who did they sign? Let me have a look. Give me a second. Where is this? This is the guy. Wolves agreed deal to sign 23-year-old Norwegian international left back David Moller Wolfe. Here we go. According to Fabrizio Romano. So if he comes in at like, so he's basically going to replace Ent Nouri's spot. So if he comes in at like 4.5, that means there's only one. Hover probably takes the other fullback spot at 4.0 potentially. Semenyo says Sam. Semenyo could be an option as well. I just haven't been. I don't know. With Bournemouth, I want to kind of wait and see. The fixtures don't scream amazing as well per se. Like I feel like Morgan Rodgers and Aston Villa's fixtures are slightly potentially better than Bournemouth. At least that's what it feels to me. Is that the case? Let's see. Aston Villa and Bournemouth. Newcastle, Brentford, Crystal Palace, Everton, Sunderland, Fulham, Burnley. Liverpool, Wolves, Spurs, Brighton, Newcastle, Leeds, Fulham. I'd say Aston Villa have a slightly better run and obviously a better squad to face at least the first 7 fixtures. So I'll lead slightly towards Rodgers, potentially, on that case. 9 is a left back, not right back. Yes. Sandri, welcome. How are you doing? Isak is 10.5, Watkins is 9. Yes, that's correct. That's why I have Watkins at the moment. Isak, even if he goes to Liverpool, probably a bit too expensive for me. Rather try to get Isak in front of Watkins. You are just 0.5 short of Watkins. No. I am 1.5 million short. I have 1 million in the bank. Oh, you meant I'm 0.5 short. Oh, yes. I need to find another 1.5 million. Well, I need to find another 0.5 million, which means then I probably downgrade I get 2 4.0 defenders, which could be a play as well. But then Isak will go to Liverpool, right? Most likely, from the looks of it, I think Isak probably moves to Liverpool. And then if Isak moves to Liverpool, do you think he starts game week 1 itself? I probably don't think he starts game week 1, right? If he doesn't have a proper preseason. I think he will be slowly eased into it. So I'm kind of okay to wait for the first 1 or 2 games without Isak. And then just have Watkins instead. And then maybe can move to Isak after that. But yeah, I don't know. I had to think about it a bit more. Amit, welcome. Can I share my team on here? Yes, or you can send me a screenshot if you can. That will also be amazing. Andrew Barton, Harry Wilson has been on fire for Fulham. Definitely caught my eye. Hopefully now a confirmed starter. Ooh, I'll have to have a look at Fulham. I just haven't paid too much attention to Fulham because of the opening set of fixtures. Brighton, United, Chelsea. And then obviously they have Aston Villa as well, Bournemouth, Arsenal. Not an easy opening run for Fulham. That's kind of why I haven't paid too much of attention for Fulham. What place did you come last year? Last year? 400 something, I think. I don't remember. Where did I come last year? 477k. Well, to be honest, I was like 1.4 million at like game week 30. So I think I'll take it. Rodrigo Gomez can also play right wing back as well as Ken Doherty. I don't like Hova that much at the moment. Yeah, it doesn't. I might even still go back to Roden from Leeds potentially because he'll definitely play good minutes, defensive contributions as well. So I might just go back to Roden as well. So I'm not set on this at the moment. Thiago at Brentford also on my radar if Visa goes. Fair points. I'm just a bit concerned with Brentford if they start losing too many players. That's kind of where I am with Brentford, which is why I don't have Keller as well, because I'm a bit concerned about Brentford. Gakpo is the punt I might consider. Ooh, how much is Gakpo though? Can I send my team in Instagram? Yes, Sandri, send it over in Instagram. Doherty has almost always played right and back under the current manager. I believe you might be correct on that one. Hova would have played loads in preseason if there wasn't some point at him starting. That's probably true. What happens if Liverpool snub Isak for Rodrigo? Calm down, Shubharan. Calm down. So yeah, Doherty plays right centre back. No more preseason for Saka, facepalm. I've sent my team on Twitter. Okay, I'll bring it up. Are you in the top 10% league? Yes, I am in the top 10% league. Haha. 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 Yes, I am. But not in the top 1%. Sorry, guys. Next season. Like I said, punts all the way. Can't wait. Indeed. All right. Let me bring up these teams that were sent to me. Starting with the ones on Discord. I believe this was Com. Where is Nick on Discord? Was this Nick's team? Now I need to go to my Discord and see. Cells and... Oh, no. Nick's team is... Oh, no. I closed Mikhail's team as well. Mikhail... This was Mikhail's other team. Oh, sorry. Mikhail sent me 2 teams. Aha. This, I believe, is Nick's team. Let's start with the Discord. All right, Nick, we'll start with you. Then we'll go to Com, and then we'll go to the ones on X. Like I said, punts all the way. Can't wait. Yes, Top 10, welcome as well. All right, that's Amit's team as well on the chat. We'll bring Amit's team up as well. All right, let's start with Nick. Selt and McGill, 4.0. Wan-Bissaka, Tarkowski, Hover, De Kuyper, and Van der Ven. Salah, Palmer, Kudus, Paqueta, Endai, Bowen, Solanke, and Q, who will probably be a Sunderland option. Nick has 4 million in the bank to make upgrades to this team. So, Nick, since you're in the chat, what are your current thoughts in terms of which players do you think are kind of set in your team and which players are not really set in your team? Also, Solanke at the moment is kind of injured. What would you do if he's not available? And while I wait for that, let me read any of the chats that I kind of might have missed. Com says Goodmanson could be a better Leeds defender if he knew he has good minutes. I will check the minutes and see. Mark, you won't start, not high chance at all. Mayanda will start. Talibi on left wing, Liffey, Cam, and Adingra on the right. That could be a possibility as well. That's why, but I kind of have to wait and see, right? If he eventually wins his place, it's fine. Because I the thing with me for the forwards is with having trying to have Palmer, Salah, Bruno Fernandes, and a 6.0 defender and a 9 million forward doesn't really help. Like the best forward option I can get is a 5.5 forward instead of Q. And in that specific situation, I feel like I might just have Q. If he comes off the bench and does something as well, maybe I get lucky. So I don't mind. Like as long as he's like somewhat plain, I'm okay with that. And I think I'd rather spend that money in defense and midfield or defense right now. That's kind of where I'm at the moment with that third. It's a third striker spot against a fourth or fifth defensive spot, basically. Chelsea wouldn't have let such a high value prospect go on loan without a guarantee of minutes. That's probably true as well. Can I share my draft on YouTube since I am not on X and you will like it's an interesting draft? Yes, Amit has sent his Discord. Oh no, I need to remove that Discord join link. That Discord join link won't work, by the way. Now that you mention it, Sam, that Discord join link is not going to work because that invite is expired actually. Access to the Discord now is via the YouTube memberships. I should probably look. Right now, the YouTube memberships is the only access to the Discord as things stand. Thoughts on Mark Yu to Sunderland? I think I've answered that. If your plan is to bench boost early, might be a waste. I don't think Nick is bench boosting anymore. Com says give will bought in gradually. Probably true. Okay, I think I've read everything else. Alright, now this is where Nick's. I will start cooking for today, hoping it'll change with promising preseason weekend. Fair enough. My thinking is to spend the upgrades on De Kuyper and Paqueta. Fair enough. And if Solanke is injured, I may try to go to Watkins if I have enough budget. 7.5, 8.5, 9. So you'll be spending 1.5 on there, which will leave you with 2.5 million in the bank to use on Paqueta and De Kuyper. 2.5. You can spend $1 million and get Paqueta to like a Rogers for 7 million option. There's also 7.5 million options. 8 million, I don't think there are any decent midfielders that were there from memory. Or not really anyone we wanted to spend on. So let's say you spend $1 million there. You have 1.5 million to go from De Kuyper to a 6 million defender if you wanted to. Are you set on Tarkowski as well? Because Tarkowski at the moment is injured. So you need to wait and see whether he'll be fit for game week 1 or not. What is the situation there if Tarkowski is a bit of a problem? Roku, the team Trafford goalkeeper team is mine. Yes, I saw that as well. I'll probably speak to you about Trafford as well. But like, yeah. Tarkowski, so you need to monitor Tarkowski's injury and Solanke's injuries and see whether they're going to be fit or not. This, obviously, I think Nick has gone away from the bench boost 1 plan. At least. That's what I think. Have you? I could also go Solanke to Wood and Paqueta to Words if I've done my maths correctly. I wasn't aware of Tarkowski. Yeah, Tarkowski is at the moment. Tarkowski and Branthwaite both are not available, I think, for Everton, which is kind of why I think they're getting smashed in preseason as well, potentially. Yeah, Michael Keane and O'Brien are the ones playing. Because both Tarkowski and Branthwaite are out. So you need to monitor that situation for Everton. You could go Solanke to Chris Wood. Solanke and Chris Wood, if I'm not mistaken, are the same price. Yes, they are. They are definitely the same price. So you could. So you're saying Paqueta to Florian Wirtz. Is Wirtz 8 million? Or is he 8.5? Wirtz is 8.5. Yeah. So you'll have to spend 2.5 on that. Yeah, you can spend 2.5, which will leave you with 1.5 on the defender. Yeah, so you could still do that move, like you said. The maths will work out. Tarkowski came off the bench against Everton. Did he? Why did he not show? Oh, so maybe he was not fit. Okay, that's probably the reason. He was not fit. So Brian and Garner played in the previous game. Against Bournemouth, he wasn't there. Against... Oh, yes, he did come off the bench. You're correct. That's correct. So he wasn't fit, I guess. That was the thing. So, okay. So maybe he should be fit for Game Week 1, potentially. Thank you, Matthew. Sorry about that. I sent my team on Insta, but if a link for Discord comes, and I can send on that if he's here. Discord at the moment is closed, Sam. The only access to the Discord is via YouTube memberships now. I will, but if it's on Instagram, it's fine because I can bring it on the Instagram. Like I have my Instagram up here as well, so I can bring it up. Don't worry. Okay, so that's Nick's team. Nick, keep an eye out for fitness, not injury. Fitness for Tarkowski. Slight injury at the moment for Solanke, but keep an eye out for that as well. The rest of it, I don't mind. I think Paqueta, you could probably do a bit better than Paqueta at the moment. De Kuyper. De Kuyper, he's been a beast. I think Euro Fantasy. Was it Euro Fantasy? I think he was pretty decent as well. It's just I'm happy to kind of wait. I look at Brighton's fixtures and I go, no real clean sheets in Brighton's fixtures. So I'm happy to, if he does do really well immediately, then I'm happy to get him in. That's kind of where my mindset is in terms of him at the moment. Is Solanke injured? What do you think about Virgil as the 6 million option? I don't mind Van Dijk at the 6 million option. I think he's pretty good. Probably the safest Liverpool defender that you can pick. And should have okay defensive contributions, not amazing defensive contributions. I don't think any of the 6 million defenders are going to get you defensive contributions personally. So Van Dijk is okay. I personally, at that price range, slightly prefer an attacking fullback instead. Unless it's an Arsenal defender. So maybe you have like Van Dijk, Arsenal defender, and attacking fullbacks in terms of Ent-Nouri, Guardiola, and Cucurella. Because they're not going to get you... they don't defend enough to get defensive contributions. That's the thing. Or they don't defend enough games to get defensive contributions. That's the thing. Alright. That is Nick's team. Let's move on to Combe. Alright. Combe has Kelleher, Colville, Van Dijk, Murillo, Bruno Fernandes, Rodgers, Wirtz, Enzo, Foden, Haaland, Joe Pedro, Valder, Marson, Mayanda, De Kuyper, and Jayden Bogle, the attacking fullback from Leeds. Combe is at the moment unsure. Are we doing team reviews through Discord? We're basically doing it through whichever way you send it to me, Stripper. We're basically looking at every single team that's been sent to me. So we're having a look at every single team. Whether that's Discord or Instagram or Twitter, it's all being brought up. Alright, let me close next one so that I know. So this is Combe, who is he's still not sure what to do with Foden. So I think that will probably change. Me personally as well, I don't know if I would start with Foden. Bruno, Rodgers, Wirtz, don't mind. Enzo, yep. Joe Pedro. How much money do you have in the bank for this Combe, by any chance? Do you have anything left in the bank? Defense is pretty high. He's gone with Murillo, Virgil, and Colville. I like that. Jayden Bogle and De Kuyper as well, not too bad. He's gone with Mayanda from Sunderland, which is okay as well. Valdemarson and Kelleher as the goalkeeper options. So going basically with the Brentford goalkeeper options. And Haaland up front instead of Salah. So no Salah, but a Haaland draft. And Joe Pedro. 0 million in the bank. How much is Sir Phil Foden? Phil Foden is 8 million. 8 million. So if you don't get Foden, who are you looking at? Sandri says, I sent it on Instagram. No worries. I think I have. So I have on Instagram Sam Jones. Who is Sam Jones? Accept. Hold on, guys. Sandri, are you the Sam Jones one? I think it is, right? So if Foden is not there, who do you plan on getting? Oh, Sam Jones is Sam Jones. Yes. If Foden is not there, who do you plan on getting? All right, Sam, let me get your team up as well. Why is it so small? Let me try and make that bigger. Aha. Oh my days. I hate what Instagram does with. Oh, because it was 50%. No wonder it was small. My bad. Put that there. Let me just load these teams, guys. I think this is Sandri's team. Put that there. Rohan has. There we go. Alright. Bring back my chat. What about mine? I'm assuming this is yours. I'm looking at trying to get Palmer, but I still want Bruno and Haaland, so it looks like another squad overhaul. So trying to get Palmer. Palmer is 10.5. You'll need another. What is it? Foden was how much? Was it 8.5? 8 million. And Palmer was 10.5. So you need another 2.5 million. The only way to do that. How much is Colville? 5 million. You would need to. I think you probably have to downgrade like an Enzo. You'll have to downgrade Enzo to a 5 million option or something like a Lefe, which Enzo is 6.5, right? That should give you like 1.5 million. And then you'd find another 1 million. Probably by downgrading Levi Colville to a 4.0. So you'll have two 4.5 defenders. That's the only way to do it without sacrificing the rest of the attack. That's probably the only way I can think of at the moment. Unless you downgrade Maenda to Mark U. X-Toik. Welcome, thoughts on Mark U. I don't mind him. I don't mind him as a third striker. If you're a third striker option, I'm completely fine with that. The two 4.5 defenders may become two 4 millions. That's also a possibility. Yes, you could free a 1 million from there as well. But Enzo will have to go to like a 5.0 potentially. And I don't mind Giu. I think Giu is not a bad choice. I think he'll get minutes. I'm at the moment slightly uncertain on whether he's going to be the starting striker or not, but I think I'm happy with that punt at 4.5 million. So yeah, all right. We will wait and see. Obviously, City have preseason games. I think next week they should start having something. Or is it the week after that Manchester City have preseason games? City have a preseason game apparently against Palmer on the 10th which is basically the week next week. Next week they'll have a preseason game. That's the only preseason game we're gonna get. So I'm not sure. For City options are at this moment a punt, and that's basically what they are, except for maybe Haaland. Ian Matson, that dude for Villa, is showing himself well in friendlies. How are you, man? Andy, welcome. I am doing well. Ian Matson's not too bad as well, to be honest, as an option. But I've gone with double Villa attack instead of their defense for the moment. All right, let's move to Mikel Werner. Mikel sent 2 teams. This is the first team with Sanchez, Milenkovic, Kokorea, Wan-Bissaka. Let me make it a bit bigger. Sanchez, Milenkovic, Kokorea, Wan-Bissaka, Yuri Tielemans, Salah, Wirtz, Rogers, Watkins, Joe Pedro, Gyökeres, Kingsley, Guehi, Esteve, and Xhaka. Now, looks like Kinski might be going on loan, Mikel. So kind of keep an eye out for that. Guehi, I don't mind as long as he stays in Crystal Palace. If he leaves, then you might want to look at like a Lacroix from Crystal Palace, or even Richards potentially. Esteve, yep, fine. Xhaka. I'm wondering whether it's Xhaka or I think Lefe might be slightly better because of the set pieces and number 10 attacking spot over Xhaka. Unless you're going for the... But Lefe's defensive contributions also weren't too bad when he played in the championship. So I'd slightly prefer him over Xhaka at the moment. But I don't mind Xhaka as well if you wanted to go there. Watkins, Joe Pedro, Gyökeres, completely fine. Salah, Wirtz, Rogers, and Tielemans. Triple Aston Villa attack. That is very interesting. Wan-Bissaka, Kukurea, Milenkovic, and Sanchez. That's also fine with me. Tielemans. Talk to me about Tielemans. Tell me about Tielemans. And then the other team was this, where you had Kelleher, Milenkovic, Wan-Bissaka, and Mykolenko. So Mykolenko instead of Kukurea. Guehi and Reinildo as the defenders. Let's touch Anderson, Salah, Rogers, Saka. Oh, yes, Saka as well here. Joe Pedro, Gyökeres, and Watkins. So the forward line didn't change. Instead of Wirtz, you also had Saka here. And you have Anderson as well. Instead of Tielemans. So it's Saka and Anderson versus Tielemans and Wirtz. Interesting. Is Touch like a 4.5? Is that why you have him in there? Or is he a 5.0? Touch is a 5.0. Ooh, 5.0 mid. I don't know if... do you want Touch? I don't know if Touch will be... I don't know. A bit uncertain on this. I've been summoned to go shopping. Having a good stream, everyone. Alright, thank you, Com. Thank you for joining. Have a good one. Also, for anyone who's here, there's 24 people watching. Please do smash that like button, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. Haaland, Solanke, and Thiago, says Andrew. Rohan, welcome. Share my team on X. I will bring it up as well. Haaland, Solanke, and Thiago. Ooh. Is that your frontline, Andrew? Or what's the best 4.5 attacker mid forward that will get minutes? Forward at the moment, the one who has stepped up is Gu, who's gone on loan to Sunderland. Whether he won't, I don't know about 90 minutes, but he probably will get you minutes. I'll tell you that. Starting 4.5, starting striker or not nailed. Don't know, Simon. Not sure. I have him in my draft and hope that he will get enough minutes. So this is a Mikel's 2 drafts. I don't know if Mikel is here, but I don't mind it. I would be very interested to see what his decisions are with like tier elements and if he's going to look to change that. This one is actually interesting, but I'm not sure if I want double Arsenal attack just yet. I'd rather prefer double Liverpool attack over double Arsenal attack at the moment, personally. Because Arsenal's fixtures are also not the easiest per se. So I'd slightly prefer the double Liverpool attack over double Arsenal attack at the moment. The rest of the team I don't mind at all. It looks completely fine. Starch could be an option. Lefebvre as well from Sunderland could be another option. Kinski, like I mentioned earlier, looks like he's going on loan, so keep an eye out for that. Might not be an option any further. All right, from that team too, I should probably read Amit's on the chat before that goes missing in all the messages that are coming through. So Amit's team was Kelleher and Darlow in the goalkeepers. Amit, Leeds have signed a new goalkeeper, so Darlow is no longer an option. Like, he probably won't play anymore. Ent Nouri, Kirkes, Van de Ven, Wan-Bissaka, and Estev. Fair enough. Palmer, Marmush, Wirtz, Kudus, and Lefebvre. Yep. And Palmer, Marmush, Wirtz, Kudus, and Lefebvre. Yep. Watkins, Gyökeres, and Jared Bowen. 1.5 in the bank to do Watkins or Gyökeres to Isak. I'm assuming if Isak goes to Liverpool. So that means you'll have... No. If Isak goes to Liverpool, you don't have Salah. So that's why you probably are doing Isak. Interesting. So with that draft, Amit, Marmush is the one that I'll have to kind of keep an eye out for. Whether he'll start or not, we don't know, because we're going to only get one preseason game from City. So we can't really read too much into City. The rest of the team is okay. Kirkes as well, keep an eye out, because Robertson is there. So I'm still not sure from Liverpool who is going to start left back, whether it's Kirkes or Robertson. I'm kind of uncertain on that at the moment. So just keep an eye out for the other preseason game they have as well. Darlow is no longer going to be a 4.0 option, so you might have to switch him as well. No Salah, no Haaland draft. Oh, yes, I did notice that. You should probably enter the FPL Generals no Salah, no Haaland league. But I'm assuming that you might eventually get the team in. Can't see his team? Yeah, because he sent it to me on chat. So because he sent it to me on chat, I'm reading it from the chat. I don't have a screenshot of his team. So that's why I don't mind it, except for the players I mentioned, Darlow, and obviously a very interesting one. It's a no Salah, no Haaland. Need to find Amit to send me a screenshot and send it on X or something. But it's pretty decent, pretty interesting one. All right. Next one. Sandri says, let's go to my team. It's in order. It's in order of people how they sent it. So we're going based on the order that people sent it for. All right. Next one. This is from Roku. I think this is yours, or was this Freddy's? FPL Monitor Matt. I've got your team as well. I will bring it up. Let me load it up. Becky, I've got your team in the Discord as well, so I will bring that up as well. I assume this one is Roku's team. Yes, this one is Roku's team. All right. Finally, says Roku. Yes, indeed, because it was bringing this up based on the order that it was being sent in. I'll send you on Instagram. Nice. Thank you, Amit. All right, Trafford. Ooh, now I wanted to mention this when you shared it to me. But Trafford, I am not sure if Trafford will start, Amit. I think there's a high chance that Ederson is the starting goalkeeper. So you might have to, not Amit, Roku. You might have to be careful about Trafford as a goalkeeper option. I think Ederson could be the one that's starting. So that might be a bit of an issue. De Kuyper, Van Dijk, Van de Ven, Wan-Bissaka, and Konsa as the 5 defenders. Kudus, Salah, Anderson, Malen. Malen is a very interesting pick. He's done pretty well in preseason, I should say. He's done pretty well in preseason. 3 assists so far. I think his minutes should be fine as well from the looks of it. Andy is obviously in the chat. I think Andy might be able to let me know about that. And Gelhardt as well. How much is Gelhardt? 4.5? 4.5. Any cash in the bank, Roku, to maybe upgrade Gelhardt to a 5.0? Haaland, Joe Pedro, and Gyökeres. Frontline looks pretty solid. Midfield is fine as well. With Konsa, and then you got Dubravka in goal as well. How much is Dubravka? Leeds, Newcastle. Dubravka is 4.0. Okay, that's okay. You can have Dubravka, you can have Tom Heaton. I think Tom Heaton is probably the starting 4.0 goalkeeper that's available, at least for the first 2 or 3 game weeks potentially. At the moment, at least, that's kind of what I think. Not really sure at the moment, but that's kind of where I think it is. Now, in this team, I think I like the options. Konsa, I will mention. Last season, Konsa was really good. The only thing that Konsa doesn't have per se this season is at 4.5, you might be able to get better defenders with defensive contributions as well. I don't think Konsa does enough to get defensive contributions, which is a shame. So him as an FPL option is not that great. If I was to bring up my defensive contributions sheet, let me bring this up. So for Konsa, was Konsa in here? Nope, he wasn't. Was in here? Yes. So Konsa, he had, I think it's this defenders. Yes. Konsa's defensive contributions was 5.89, and he needs 10. By the way, he needs 10 defensive contributions per 90. So that's the only thing I'll mention with Konsa. It wasn't that great. So I might look for a slightly different defender at 4.5. If you wanted. Because of the defensive contributions, there are others who can get like the 3-pointer, 4-pointers. Konsa, on the other hand, probably at the moment can't get that. That's the thing. Unless for some reason he becomes like a beast in the amount of tackles and interceptions and blocks he does. Otherwise, he's probably not as good of an option for the moment. Konsa isn't good this year, sadly. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at the moment. Which is why he left my draft as well. 0 in the bank can bring goalkeeper to 4.5 and get 0.5 extra. Or you could just switch to another. We'll get Sanchez then. Yeah, you could switch to Sanchez as well if you wanted, like a Chelsea goalkeeper 5.0. That's completely fine as well. Anderson, is Anderson what, 5.5? I don't mind Anderson from Forest for contributions. He's 5.5. Yeah, I don't mind him too much for 5.5. Could be a good option. I don't mind that too much. So Konsa is probably the only thing. Dubravka, you can, if you wanted, Tom Heaton potentially. The thing is, there aren't that many good 4.5 goalkeepers, sadly, this season. Emma, thank you for subscribing. Thank you. And obviously, people, that has gotten us closer to 1,300 subscribers. So I think we're 9 subscribers or something short. So if you're watching, hit the like, hit the subscribe. So yeah. Only Konsa that I think probably needs to slightly adjust. You need to probably have a look into that. Roku and some other options potentially. If you can upgrade Gelhardt, if you can find 0.5 to upgrade Gelhardt to a 5.0, that would also be amazing. For that, I think you might potentially have to you could even potentially downgrade Konsa to a 4.0 and upgrade Gelhardt to a 5.0. So you could do something like that as well. Like get a 4.0 defender, because you don't have any 4.0 defenders here. You can get a plain 4.0 and upgrade Gelhardt. That's another option that you can try and look into. Thanks for the input, says Amit. No worries, Amit. The striker spot taken by Wirtz, Ekitek, and Nunez across preseason. Yes. But I think if Isak joins Liverpool by game week 2 at least, it'll probably be Isak, right? In that spot. Okay, so this is Roku's team. Rate it out of, let's say, okay, let's rate it out of 5, because when I start rating it out of, actually let's rate it out of 10. Out of 10, I would give it, let's see, Trafford, Konsa, and Gerhardt. 3 spots to fill. That might need to change. I'll probably give you a 7 out of 10 for the moment. I am not, by the way, if I'm going to rate stuff like this, I'm never going to give anyone a 10, because there is no perfect draft. There's definitely not a perfect draft anywhere. So I'll give you a 7 as like in terms of strength. We'll rate it as strength, basically, like a strong squad. I think this can improve slightly. 7.5. Yeah, 7.5 is also not too bad. I think 7.5 is not too bad. Out of 10. I'm never giving anyone like a 9 or above. At best, you're probably getting an 8.5. Anyone for anyone's draft, including mine as well. My draft will be perfect. No, there's no perfect draft. If there was a perfect draft, you might be winning FPL straight away. But there's no one's gonna have a perfect draft. We're all gonna make mistakes and learn from them. All right. Now, this one was who was this? Was this Freddy? Aha, this was Freddy. Now, I don't think Freddy is here at the moment, but I will talk about it because he said he'll watch it back. So Freddy's draft, he's got Sanchez, Van der Ven, De Kuyper, Van Dijk, Wirtz, Salah, Palmer, Rogers, Semenyo, Danny Welbeck, Joe Pedro. Obi Martin will become Gu. The only reason he can't have Gu in right here is because he already has triple Chelsea. So he said he'll change that. Kinski, Patrick Dogu, and Murillo. I don't mind the Patrick Dogu shot as well. That's a pretty good option. And Murillo as well. I like this draft. Defense looks pretty solid. Van Dijk and Murillo. I probably might be starting Murillo, to be honest, game week 1 against Brentford, personally. The only thing that I might look to change, or the only thing that I think is slightly weak, is the forward line. I think the forward line is a bit too weak. Where's the fun if there's a perfect draft? Indeed, that is exactly the point. I think the forward line is slightly weak here. I'm also not a fan. I like Danny Welbeck as a player. I'm a bit worried about his fitness most of the time. But the rest of the team looks good. Midfield is solid. It's like pretty strong. Shared my team on Insta. All right, nice. I will bring it up as well. Midfield is pretty strong. Defense is actually pretty decent, pretty good. Van der Ven, De Kuyper, Van Dijk, Murillo, Patrick Dogu. That's actually a pretty strong defense in terms of like the players. But the attack is kind of taking the brunt of the rest of the funds, where the funds are shared. Edward, welcome. Chatbox, where's my pro clubs? Monday, Edward. We'll have one definitely on Monday. Unfortunately, today I'm doing this stream. So definitely on Monday. On the weekend, I'm not at home, sadly. So because of that, I'm unable to play on the weekend. So yeah, ready? Good draft. Attack probably like the attack is the only thing where I'm wondering whether you can slightly improve it. But for that, you might have to free up funds from somewhere, and that is where you probably had to decide where you want to kind of free up funds from. But yeah, the rest I think is pretty solid from Freddy's perspective. All right, moving on. Next draft. This one. Whose was this? Let me move this. Let me start closing some stuff. We cross Roku's, Freddy's. This one is from Sam, and then we have Sandri. Sandri, don't worry, your stream is next after this. Sam, are you here? Assuming Sam is still here. I have Amit's team as well. That has just appeared. This is what Amit's team was, which we were mentioning. I need to load Becky's team as well. This is Becky's team. But let's start with Sam's team as well. All right. Sam is here. Sanchez, Van Dijk, Murillo, Richards, Semenyo, Palmer, Salah, Rogers, Anderson, Watkins, Gu, Evanilson, Saliba, and Reinildo. And Austin defense. It's a very interesting team. How much is Richards? Is Richards 4.5? Crystal Palace. Richards is 4.5. Okay. It's a very strong draft. I will give you this. That's a very strong draft. Again, actually, forward line is not too bad because you'll probably most of the times be starting Evan Nilsson over Gue. It's just that Gue has a better first game. I'm wondering from this one because Murillo and Richards are both good for defensive contributions. Anderson also same thing. Got his 4 attackers instead to cover the rest. Evan Nilsson is 7 million, I think. Evan Nilsson or 7 million, yes. I don't mind Evan Nilsson. I haven't seen too many Bournemouth options mentioned, and you got double Bournemouth attack, which is very interesting. Chad and Harshank, welcome. Can I send the draft now? Yes, send it to me on X, Instagram, wherever you are, and I'll bring it up. Chad, welcome. How are you doing? I changed the team a bit, and another option is Wirtz in, Solanke in. I will base off Super Cup if he's fit for Watkins and Semenyo, and also debating Marlon for Anderson, but transfers will change that. Okay, fair enough. So instead of Watkins, base off Super Cup if he's fit for Watkins. So Solanke instead of Watkins, and then you bring in like a Wirtz. I'm assuming the Wirtz will come in instead of Semenyo, if that's the case. Who's better, Watkins, Semenyo, or Wirtz, Solanke? Oh. Oh, that's a hard question. Let's see Bournemouth fixtures again. I have to go Wirtz and Solanke. Spurs, their fixtures are better. The only thing you need to see is whether Solanke is fit. Wirtz and Solanke is probably the better combination. Just because Spurs fixtures are better, Bournemouth's fixtures not the same. Watkins is definitely the better option over Solanke, but as a combination, the Wirtz and Solanke is better. The rest is fine. I think defense is okay as well. You've got Saliba, interesting. For some reason, I haven't seen too many Arsenal defenders. Hopefully that's not me. But yeah, pretty good. This is probably one of the few drafts I've seen with Arsenal defense as well. Yeah, looks good. It's very tough. Yeah, indeed, that's the thing. This is a pretty good draft. I like it. I'll give it an 8, 7.5, 8 potentially. Looks like a pretty solid draft. The only thing I'm slightly concerned is the double Bournemouth attack. Mainly because fixtures aren't necessarily the easiest at the moment, and Bournemouth are not really a high scoring team per se as well at the moment. That's the only reason. Like, I think that's the tiny weak point for the moment, I think. Yeah, but the rest looks pretty good. Cool. We will move to Sandri. Alright, Sandri. Sanchez, Ena, Van der Ven, Konsa, I think we mentioned already, not as good this season because of the lack of defensive contributions. Salah, Rogers, Anderson, Endai, Gyökeres, Haaland, Solanke, Xhaka, Gudmundsson, Estev, and Darlow. I think Combe asked this question about Gudmundsson's minutes. Do we know what his minutes are going to be like for Gudmundsson? Leeds have definitely played a few games, right? Why are they not here on SofaScore? Oh, interesting. I think Gudmundsson, if you can figure his minutes, then definitely an option. Xhaka, I don't mind Xhaka. I slightly prefer Lefe because of the number 10 and same price tag and set pieces and whatnot. So I prefer Lefe on top of that over Xhaka. But yes, Xhaka is not fine. Estev, Defcon, seen a lot of people. Darlow is not going to be the 4.0 goalkeeper. Same, I guess. A lot of you have 4.0 goalkeepers. Doesn't matter. They're not going to start probably, but like, yeah. Solanke, obviously monitor fitness. Haaland, Gyökeres, that's good. Strong lineup. Salah, Rogers, Anderson, and Eleman and Dye. So I see where the budget is going. The budget has been spent on the forward line. Ola Aina, Van der Ven, Konsa. Ola Aina. Now I prefer Williams. Over Ola Aina because of defensive contributions. Williams is better. Nico Williams is definitely better for defense. I think he's slightly better than Ola Aina. Let me actually have a look. First, Williams, yeah, here you go. Williams was 10.43 per 90 defensive contributions. Ola Aina was 7.11. So I definitely prefer Williams over Ola Aina as option. Van de Ven is good. Sanchez, yep, that's fine with me. Konsa, like I said, you probably can find a slightly better 4.5 at the moment. Nothing against Konsa. I think he's a good player. It's just that with the new point scoring system, I would slightly prefer someone better. But Aina is like a winger. So is Williams as well, to be to an extent, to be honest. They're both very attacking fullbacks. Midfield is fine. Eleman Endai is how much again? Is he 5.5 as well? Eleman Endai is 6.5. Oh. I haven't looked into it enough. But I don't know. I need to look into it to see whether there are better 6.5s at the moment. I haven't looked into it enough to let you know about that. Rohan, I've seen you sent me 2 teams. Are they both the same? Yes, they are definitely both the same. Alright, I'll load Rohan's team as well. This is Rohan's team. Any rotation teams in defense you have looked at? Not fully. I need to pay. That is something that I was going to do slightly over the weekend, and also when I get time, and on the Monday as well, to have a bit more look at rotation. And I was going to make a video on that, like rotation combination teams. So I will have definitely a deep dive into that and answer that next week. I haven't given that too much thought because right now I'm just looking at like preseason and seeing which teams are performing well, and then after that I want a shortlist based off that. It's like a talisman for Everton. Yeah, fair enough. So the only thing I probably say is Konsa and Ola Aina. Kind of where I'm at. I slightly prefer Williams. I prefer Williams over Ola Aina, and I slightly prefer better 4.5 than Konsa. That's the only things that I would probably say. This is definitely a top heavy draft. So like attack is like forward line is incredibly strong. I would put this. I'll probably put this at. I'll probably put this at a 7.5 or 8, 7.5. I'll put it like a 7.8, somewhere in the middle of 7.5, 8, because it's a very strong attack, like the forward line. Midfield is pretty decent as well. Could improve a bit more. So like 7.5 to 7.8, kind of where I put this. Darcy's and I doesn't want to perform when I start him a performance when I bench him a transfer. I remember getting him and he got injured. But yeah. Aston Villa has fantastic fixtures. Yes, they do have fantastic fixtures. I would definitely agree with that. But unfortunately, he'll get you like if they keep clean sheets, then good. Yes, that's fine. That's the only thing. I wonder. I need to probably. I don't know. Does Ian? I don't know if Maatsen has. Ian Maatsen is how much? Is he 5.5 million? He could probably be better than Konsa. Oh, maybe you could probably try Ian Maatsen as well, potentially, as an option. Slightly better defensive contributions than Konsa. But his minutes with Luka Dean Maybe might be a slight issue potentially. T-row. Oh, they rotated. How two teams. Rip. Lucadine. Yeah, Matson with Lucadine is a bit of an issue. That's the only problem. But yeah, okay. Not a bad option for the moment. Alright, let's go into the next draft. Aditya, welcome. I haven't made a single draft yet, so confused in the premiums. Well, hopefully this video will help you to see like what people are picking and all of that. We have to do a balance between clean sheets and DEFCON 1-1. Mr. Deprive Richards can compete with Konsa. Yes, they probably could. Yeah. I agree with that one. Yep. Alright. Let's move on. Next one. Good draft though, Sandri. Definitely the attack is insane. Alright, we will move to although Endai, I think Endai is talisman. I hope Everton improve once Tarkowski and Brentford are like properly fit. Because at the moment they don't look that great at the moment in Everton. But yeah. Okay, next one is who sent me this? This was from Becky. Becky? No, not Becky's. Matt. Yes, Matt. Is Matt in here? I don't know if Matt is here. FPL monitor Matt. Are you here? So this is Matt's team. What draft are you on? So I have Matt at the moment. After Matt, I have this is Amit's team. Oh, you mean like what draft am I on? Oh, this is something kind of why I'm on. I'll get back to mine at the end. I'll go back to mine at the end. But like let me quickly show you if you are. So this is Matt. We got Amit again. After that, I have Becky as well. This one was from Rohan. So that's the order of drafts that have been sent to me. I don't know if there was anyone else's draft that I was supposed to bring up. Nope, I don't think I got any other drafts. So let's start with Matt. Aha, here's Matt. Okay, he's here. So Matt has Verbruggen, Van de Ven, Van Dijk, Williams, Rogers, Saka, Wirtz, Salah, Solanke, Bowen, Mateta. Oh, that's a difference that you don't see always. Estev, Senesi, Devaney, and Kinski. How much is it? Is he a 4.0 option? Crystal Palace. Am I looking at the wrong place? Wait, who is this? Oh, it's a midfielder. So I was looking at defender. So like what? Midfielder from Crystal Palace. How much? 4.5. Ah, okay. How much? I'm assuming 0 in the bank, Matthew. Plan is to roll up to 5 free transfers at the start of the season. No changes needed until game week 6 or 7 because of good rotations. I might free hit in game week 3. Okay. Solanke, Bowen, Mateta, Rogers, Saka, Wirtz, Salah. Yep, fair enough. Van Dijk, Williams, Van de Ven, Verbruggen. Yep. Estev, Senesi. How much is Verbruggen? Is he 4.5? Brighton. Verbruggen is 4.5. Verbruggen or Petrovic? What do you think, Matthew? Petrovic from Bournemouth? Yes, Liverpool game week 1, not easy. Or Verbruggen? Like if you were to look until like game week 7, surely Petrovic has a slightly better fixtures than Verbruggen till game week 7. What do you think, Matthew? Sandy says attack gives us more points. I guarantee you that. Yeah. Ajay says about DEFCON, I think the team keeping more position will have less DEFCON points. So still, the first reason to pick a defender should be clean sheets. Yes, so team keeping more position will definitely have less DEFCON points. But this is why it kind of gets offset, right? Because clean sheets are not always guaranteed. So it goes, I think the way it's like rated is like there's a slightly higher chance that you could end up with like 3-4 pointers, 3-4 pointer defenders than the regular 1 to 2 pointer defenders. Does that make sense? So like even if like a defender concedes a goal, right? Or if they concede 2 goals, right, in a game and they lose the game, you get a -1 obviously in points, but they could still come away with the 2 defensive contributions as well, plus the extra 1 point for the minutes played. So they could end up with like 3 points compared to when previously they would have ended up with 1 point. Those are like the small gains that you're probably looking at. So it's like minute gains. But yeah. Ideally, if you can pick a team that has good clean sheet percentage plus defensive contributions, which is probably like Forest, then that's like a perfect option. But yeah. 0 in the bank. I prefer Webbruggen. Wildcard will probably be in 12 to 13. Okay, fair enough. Free hit game will see because Haaland and Palmer is better premiums that week. Brentford, Man United, and Newcastle play promoted teams. None of these teams I have assets from. Yes. Okay. Yep. Fair enough. Fair enough. I understand why you want to play free hit in that week. Cool. That works as well. Makes sense. So the only thing I'm thinking now is if there's a way for you to upgrade this 4.5 midfielder to a 5 million midfielder. That's the only thing that I'm thinking of right now. And I can't seem to find a way to do it. Oh, you have Senesi as well, right? So there's no point in getting Petrovic as well, to be honest. You either get Senesi. So basically for you, it's Webbruggen plus Senesi or De Kruijper plus Petrovic, basically. Is Senesi 4.5? I'm assuming he's 4.5, right? Yes, he is. Oh, okay, so it's basically like a Petrovic plus De Kruijper versus Senesi plus Webbruggen combination. So it's fair enough. Yep, okay. I can't find a way to try and free up 0.5. That's the only thing. Solanke, keep an eye out for Solanke's fitness. If Solanke's fitness is not that great, you might have to find a different forward. But apart from that, the team actually looks pretty solid, to be honest. That's why I said we have to balance Ryan. This is the reason I got Konsa. Fair enough. I just think Konsa, like, that's kind of why I'm like, if I can get a team with similar clean sheet potentials and get them with like defensive contributions, that's kind of where I'm like trying to find that combination where they have clean sheet potential and defensive contribution. I was playing with the 4.5 million mid and I never had problems before. Fair enough. Fair points. And is it greater for DEFCON? Yes, that's probably true. Yes. Plus had a higher XGI than Kirk's last 2 seasons. Yes, true. Was it last season he get higher XGI? He was injured though. I haven't looked, but could be true. What are you talking about? 40 plus X points extra with DEFCON change for the upper engaged defenders. Is it worth the price? You mean for like the likes of Tarkowski, Murillo? I think you how do we put this? When you're looking at a certain group of fixtures, I think you need to find a balance of good potential for clean sheets and defensive contributions. If you can get that, that's kind of why I'm leaning towards like the cheaper defenders with good defensive contributions plus potential for clean sheets. Both the last 2 seasons, 4 goals, 5 assists. Okay, fair enough. I don't mind Tennessee. Yeah, I'm completely fine with that. Okay, looks good. Looks good at the moment. Hashank, welcome. I'm too late. Can I send my draft? Yeah. Send it over. Send it over. Not too late. I've got only 4 left after this. Rohan shared my second draft as well. Oh, okay. I'll bring yours up. How much more points we talking about over the season with the change? Where was the article that? Do we know who did the article? Was it Fantasy Football Scout as well? Let me show you. Oh, depending on the player, you could be talking about anywhere between 20 to 40 points over a season for a player. Where is this? Aha, I think it's this one. There we go. This is the article. So, if we look at the top 10 biggest rises for defensive contributions, Tarkowski got like 45 extra points with defensive contributions. Caicedo got 43. Murillo had like 39 extra points. Joe Gomez 38. Huijsen is no longer there. Idrissa Gana Gueye 37. Anderson got about 36 points extra. If you're looking at the defenders, the top scoring defenders, with defensive contributions, Milenkovic gets an extra 34, Murillo an extra 39, Van Dijk 21, Guardiola 11, and Munoz like 15. This is kind of where you see what happens right now in this specific situation. Van Dijk, who outscored Murillo, right? He basically outscored Murillo last season. With defensive contributions, Murillo outscores Van Dijk. So that is kind of where you want to go. Even same thing with like Guardiola, who outscored Milenkovic last season. Now Milenkovic like outscores Guardiola by a significant margin. So you need to find this balance of like trying to get a proper balance of like picking with good fixtures, good clean sheets, and DEFCON. Senesi has replaced Huijsen in the system. Hence, he's higher DEFCONs. If you look per 90, Senesi is the right near top. Yeah, to be honest, it was Huijsen replaced Senesi because Senesi got injured. So it's actually Senesi's position in the first place. I saw Marquinhos at Barca. He didn't get the minutes. That's why he left at good potential now in Sunderland. If he starts, then he's going to be the template. Yeah, I've got him in my team at the moment because of that. So let's see. All right. I think not too bad. Looking good. Let's see what happens next week, whether you have 1 or 2 changes. But I like it. At the moment, I like it. Obviously, monitor Solanke in terms of fitness. All right. On to our next one. This is Amit's team that he sent to me. This is the one with the no Salah, no Haaland one that I was talking about earlier for you guys. Interesting draft with no Salah, no Haaland. Amit, with this one, the things to kind of keep an eye out for. Hashank, I am on my alt account name is FPL Players, says Hashank. No worries. Did you send it to me on... You sent it to me on X, didn't you, Hashank? Yes, I have Rohan's second draft, which is this. And I've got Hashank's as well, which is this. All right. Amit, the one thing with this to be careful about is Frimpong. I think Frimpong's minutes, again, he hasn't started really. So kind of keep an eye out. If Solanke isn't fit, I'll go Joe Pedro. Yeah, then fair enough. Fair points. Frimpong minutes is going to be a bit of a problem. So be careful with Frimpong. I'm not sure in terms of his minutes how good he's going to be. Like even in the last preseason game, he didn't start, and Connor Bradley started. So that's one thing that will put me off Frimpong for the moment. And at the same time, it'll put me off Connor Bradley as well because of that. Because of minutes uncertainty. Ain't Nuri, I think Ain't Nuri will be fine. Wan-Bissaka, Van de Ven, Esteve, that's okay. What's Marmoush, Palmer, Kudus, and Leffe? Yeah, Watkins, Bowen, and Gyökeres. I mean, it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. So I don't mind it at all, to be honest, except for Frimpong maybe. Marmoush, let's see what City do in their one and only preseason game. Let's see whether Marmoush starts. If Marmoush doesn't start, you probably need to find someone else. 1.5 in the bank as well for this one. So, not too bad. You could probably get Kelleher to be upgraded to like a... no, you're waiting for Isak, isn't it? That's why you have 1.5 in the bank. Okay, fair enough. Most underrated 4.0 defender. I don't have an answer for that one, Ashank. Unfortunately, I don't have an answer for that one. People don't realize the 40 points are there throughout the season, and most of them in tougher games. Most of the people play them in easier fixtures where the DEFCON points won't be there. That is true. How do I put this? That is true for certain teams. It depends on. It also depends on, this is where play style comes into play. Basically, a team's play style where, like Everton, Forest, teams that would sit back and defend, or even like United, where United, Spurs, where the chances of high pressing potentially. Those are kind of teams that will benefit from defensive contributions quite a bit, regardless of the fixtures in most cases, because they will be doing a lot of trying to press and win the ball back, or trying to load, block, and defend and counter. But teams that hold possession a lot are the ones who are not going to get defensive contributions that much. And the only times they would get is when they are up against another tougher team. In the end, we need some fucking luck, which you have seen. I don't have so much, says Sandri. Sandri, you still won your mini league though. You still won the mini league. I don't know about the change. Certainly more chips, not too happy about. Is it because they want more engaged players at the end of the season? Yes. The reason for the extra chips for the first half of the season is probably to keep engagement high during the Christmas period. Also, probably another reason for the 5 free transfers you get in game week 16. Just to keep engagement from the casual base as well. If Zabani leaves, for me it's Hill from Bournemouth, 11.2 DEFCON points, 50% start chances if Zabani leaves. Looks like Zabani is closer to leaving, right? So we'll have to see. We will have to see. Alright, so Amit, looking pretty interesting. Keep an eye out. Let's see how it goes next week in terms of some of the players. Frimpong is the only one that I'm a bit worried about. But others I don't mind too much. Marmoush as well, kind of keep an eye out for that. Alright, next draft. This one. Was this Rohan? No, this wasn't Rohan. This was... Before I lose my voice. Becky? Yes, Becky. Are you here, Becky? My target is top 10k. I think you might be able to get it. I can do Bowen to Solanke or Pedro and Kudus to Rogers and Isak for Gyökeres or Watkins. Yeah, that's also possible. SKDBD. Where can I send my team? You can send it on X or Instagram. X, this is my handle. On Instagram, you have to search for Football Chatbox. Or you can join the Discord, but that's via YouTube memberships. So you need to use YouTube memberships to join Discord. Alright, Becky is here. So we have Sells and Kelleher. If you get Sells, I probably wouldn't go for Kelleher. I would rather go for a 4.0 goalkeeper. because you're probably going to be playing Kelleher for most of your games. So I'll try and save a bit of cash. Like if you go for a 5.0 goalkeeper, I'd probably just go for a 4.0 backup. Can you see my full message, mate? Says Sandri. About the getting luck? Yes. Yes. Don't worry, it's not been censored. If you can see it appear on screen, that like all the chats that you guys see appear on screen is the ones that I can also see. Icardi going to start for Spurs. Kinski not even close to rotation. Kinski is apparently going to go on loan as well, so keep an eye out for that. Did you manage to get in the top 1% league? Fortunately not, sadly. Which is why this season I'm hoping that I can have a good start and try and get into that top 1% league the following season. But this season I didn't. Top 10% I got, but not top 1%. Ricardo going to start for what else? Carvalho is a watch, hopefully a breakthrough season. Keep an eye out and see. Alright, Van Dijk, Wan-Bissaka, Williams, Esteve and Rodon. Yeah, I don't mind this. Even Wan-Bissaka, keep an eye out for Diouf as well. Seems a bit more attacking than Wan-Bissaka. So I don't mind him over Wan-Bissaka personally at the moment. What's Pape Matar, Salah, Nogard, Enzo? Oh. Okay, now Becky with Pape Matar. He scored again, but I have removed him from my team at the moment. And the reason I removed him is because Paulinho is going to be joining Spurs, and that I thought might take away from Sa's potential defensive contributions is what I was thinking. So you could probably get Enzo Leffe from Sunderland instead if you wanted as an option for the same price range. Norgard. Yeah, I don't mind Norgard too much personally at the moment. Salah, yep. Enzo, okay. Højlund. I don't think I would have Højlund. Because with the rumors of Benjamin Sesko, I am not sure if he's going to be a good option. So I might look to get someone else instead. Watkins, yes, completely fine. Pure, yeah, but I don't know. I think Leeds have signed another striker as well, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not sure what the Leeds striker solution is going to be. Starting striker. If Gyu ends up playing good amount of minutes, maybe you can free up some cash and get Gyu instead, and then use the money to upgrade Højlund to a 7.5 striker potentially. That's a possibility. I don't know. If they get Sesko might come in at 7.5, maybe. If Sesko comes in at 6.5, which is very, very, very unlikely, 6 million in the bank to shuffle the forwards. You have 6 million in the bank. Get out of here. You still have 6 million in the bank after this? No way. Really? Oh yes, you do have 6 million in the bank. Oh my days, that's a lot of money. I did not see that. Okay. You do have 6 million in the bank. Yeah, so then you can improve the forwards. You can definitely improve the forwards. I think I would then improve the midfield as well then. Like I would upgrade Norgard to like a Morgan Rogers, or even like to a Bruno Fernandes if you wanted, or even like Cole Palmer, something like that. Oh, not even Cole Palmer. You can upgrade Norgard to like a Saka, depending on how you want to approach it. Wirtz or Cunha? At the moment, I would go for Wirtz. How is everyone ignoring Ugarte? As a FPL option, he doesn't score enough goals, right? Like not enough attacking threat. That's the only reason, Hashank. Not enough attacking threat. There are players of the same price range that have slightly better attacking threat. I don't bother too much about mini leagues. My target is top 10k. If you get top 10k, then you definitely win your mini leagues. I was beat my friends on Ryan's friends Ryan on my mini leagues. Fair points. Supermende will start ahead of No God. Didn't they both start in the last game, or was I mistaken? Arsenal play against Villarreal as well, so we'll have a look. Yeah, so No God start. No, Zuberman didn't start. Yeah, potentially. Wanted to save at least a mil or two for the rainy day. Saka and his ankle triggered me from last season. So then you can go and get Gyökeres. So see how Arsenal do in the next preseason game. Maybe Højlund to Gyökeres, or even No God to Palmer, something like that, or even No God to Bruno Fernandes, or No God to Morgan Rogers, stuff like that. I think Højlund you need to upgrade. PO as well, potentially to a different forward, kind of where I'm at. Pape Madasa can switch to a Lefe if you wanted to, or you can keep Pape Madasa. Lefe is another option. Kudus as well could be an option. I think in the preseason game against Arsenal yesterday, Kudus had 13 defensive contributions in the minutes he played, I think. So he's also not too bad. Okay, so we'll monitor this team, see how you do. Next week, I think there might be a few more changes from your team. And this is they're not good as me. Fair enough. Alright, next up is Rohan. Rohan, are you still here? So Rohan sent this team. Rohan actually sent me two teams. This one and this one. So Rohan's first team is my next. So I've got Rohan as the 2. And then, is this your team, Hashank? Yes, this is your team. So I got Rohan as the 2 teams, and then Hashank. And I have Matteo. Who sent me a team as well. Is this is SKDB? SKDB, is this your team? I'm assuming this is your team, so you will be after Hashank. So we've got Rohan with 2 teams, and then Hashank, and then SKDB. I'm assuming this is yours. Alright, let's start with Rohan. So Rohan had Cells, Gabriel, Frimpong, Murillo, Guardiola, Salah, Enzo, Saka, Rogers, Raul, and Gyökeres triple Arsenal. Dalo, Pape Madasa, Barnes, Rodon. And the other one had Sanchez, Van Dijk, Correa, Saliba, Salah, Marmoush, Hudson-Odoi, Watkins, Pio, Joe Pedro, Konsa, Rodon, Ramsey, and Kelleher. They're 2 extremely different drafts though. Okay, so with this draft, Rohan, Frimpong, like I mentioned earlier, minutes problem. I'll be a bit careful with Frimpong. Gabriel, fitness. Didn't Arteta say something about, I don't know, keep an eye out for Gabriel and fitness? Thanks. If Gyökeres, Kudus, and Rogers, we still have 0.5 mile in the bank. Defo came free from the goalkeeper. Thanks for Ray. Nice. Awesome. Thank you, Becky. Someone was Buttered Ryan, an Arsenal fan YouTuber. Who? Alright, so Gabriel, keep an eye out for fitness. I'm not sure on the status of him at the moment. Frimpong, minutes issue. Murillo, good. Guardiola should be good as well. Cells, good. Salah, yep. Enzo, fine. Saka, fine. Rogers, fine. Gyökeres, yeah, should be fine. Raul Jimenez. Raul Jimenez, maybe. Fulham's fixtures don't scream out that many goals. That's the only thing that I'm a bit kind of concerned about in terms of Raul Jimenez. Dalo, yeah, 4.0 FPL YouTuber, because he couldn't take critics from his bottler team. Who is this? Who is the FPL YouTuber? Pape Madasa, is fine. Paulinho is joining though, so potentially might want to switch him. Barnes. Is Barnes 4.5? How many midfielders do Burnley have? Damn. Barnes is 4.5. You could probably go for Giu at 4.5 over Barnes. He might get more minutes than Barnes potentially. Rodon is fine as well. From the next one, Van Dijk, Correa, Saliba, Sanchez, that's completely fine. That's actually pretty good. Salah, Marmoush, Hudson-Odoi, Wirtz, Watkins, Pio, Joe Pedro, Konsa, Rodon, Ramsey, and Kelleher. If you're going for Sanchez, again, like I said for Becky as well, if you're going for a 5.0 goalkeeper, I don't know if I would go for a 4.5 goalkeeper as well. I'd probably go for like a 4.0 goalkeeper because most of the time you're going to be playing Sanchez anyways. So it doesn't seem too much of a reason to spend an extra 0.5 on Kelleher when you're not going to play him too many times. So I'd probably use that money to upgrade Ramsey to a 5.0 midfielder personally from the goalkeeper drop here. Konsa, I mentioned Konsa's situation. It's not too bad. I think there are slightly better options at the moment, but yeah, not too bad. Roda is fine as well. Marmoush, same thing with Becky, like I said. Was it Becky or some other draft? I think, I don't know who had Marmoush. Was it Mikel had Marmoush? No. Some other draft had Marmoush as well. Keep an eye out for Man City and their preseason. There's a chance that if he doesn't play in preseason, doesn't start, I might look for a different player for the moment in that price range and then swap back to Marmoush once we know he's playing good enough minutes. Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi should be okay, I think, from Forest options. I haven't seen Hudson-Odoi in too many picks, actually, funnily enough. How much is Hudson-Odoi? I haven't seen him in too many picks in drafts. I've seen Anderson more than Hudson-Odoi at the moment. He's 6 million. Oh, that's actually not too bad, actually. That's not a bad punt. It could work potentially. I don't mind it too much. What's is fine as well. This one is a bit more of a better team than the first one, I'd probably say. Is it though? The defense is definitely better. I think if you can make a combination of the two drafts, that might be slightly better. He removed me from the live messages. What did you do? You know, he couldn't accept Chelsea's the pride of London. You go and say that in an Arsenal channel, you're going to get banned. No wonder. And you're surprised you got banned. Funny. Alright. Not too bad, Rohan. I think make a few changes in terms of, if you can rank Marmoush to who, maybe Eze. Eze is not a bad shout, actually. Eze is not a bad shout. If you can try and make a combination of the two drafts, potentially. How much is Eze? Eze is 7.5. Marmoush is 8.5, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Marmoush is 8.5. You could go Eze. You could also go 8.5. I'm wondering, like, if you can downgrade one of your 6.0 defenders, right? Remove one of the 6.0 defenders to like a Murillo or something like that. Then use the money to upgrade like Marmoush to like a Palmer, something like that. That's kind of where I might slightly move pieces about, like Marmoush to a Palmer or even to a Saka potentially. And then you downgrade one of the 6.0s to a 5.0, like a Nico Williams from Forest. So like a few moving pieces like that. Like there's no reason for double Chelsea defense maybe. So like Correa, if you wanted to a Nico Williams, then use the money to upgrade Marmoush a bit. You can downgrade Kelleher to a 4.0, upgrade Ramsey to a 5.0 midfielder, stuff like that. Few moves here and there, potentially. Pio could become Gu, and then you can use that money to upgrade Hudson-Odoi as well to like a Rogers personally, or you can even try Hudson-Odoi. I haven't seen Hudson-Odoi used quite a few drafts. Junior X Ryan football chat box. What? What's happening? It was not an Arsenal channel. Thanks, I'll try it with Manchester, says Hashan. What's happening here? Went with no Arsenal, no Man City. They rotate very much. We've all been there. I also at this moment have no Arsenal and no Manchester City. JR draft ratings. How do we send teams? Welcome. JR, if you want to send it on X, on Chatbox Extra. If you're on X, you can send it Chatbox Extra on X. If you're on Instagram, search for Football Chatbox, and you can send drafts on Instagram via Football Chatbox. Also, there are people who are new here. Please, guys, hit the like, hit subscribe. There are only 10 likes, but there are more people watching, so smash the like button. What is happening with Garnacho and Isak? Liverpool bid rejected too. Newcastle are going to keep rejecting. You kind of had to wait on those moves. We'll see what happens. At the moment, I think those are going to be like stalled for the moment. We'll see. Maybe next week after, we might get a bit more. I think the Isak move is kind of dependent on what happens with Sesko for the moment. Newcastle and United have both bid for Sesko. The question is what Sesko will decide, and then that will trigger a domino effect of what happens to like Isak, what happens to like a Wissa, stuff like that. There'll be a few like striker merry-go-rounds, so kind of have to wait and see. Alright. That is Rohan's team. Next one is Hashank. This was Hashank? Yes, this is Hashank. This one was SKDB, which is JJ. So this is SKDB's. Alright, let's do with Hashank and then go to SKDB. Alright, Hashank, you have Kelleher, Konate, Udogi, Van de Ven, double Spurs defense. Fofana. Oh, interesting. Cunha, Salah, Palmer, Gyökeres, Watkins, Joe Pedro, Hill, Christie, Ugarte, Kinski. This is a very interesting draft, I will say. Extremely interesting draft. Double Spurs defense. I am not sure if I want double Spurs defense. It was not on the Arsenal channel. I've tried it and just he's like, you make FPL videos and he's an Arsenal fan. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm not an Arsenal fan. But if I say to you Liverpool is bigger than Man United, what will you do? I will call you crazy but not ban you. I'm like, shush. What is happening with Garnacho and Isak? Liverpool one bit rejected too. I read my messages to understand my logic. But I won't ban you. Because I've heard people call Liverpool bigger than United, and at the same time I'll say that United are bigger than Liverpool at the moment. Apples and oranges, you know. Might change first defense, but they're good for starting game weeks. Yeah, but I think one is good to have. I don't know if I'd want to have two. Konate should be good for the moment. I don't see Liverpool going and buying a centre back for the moment, so Konate should be fine. Fofana. How much is Fofana? Is Fofana the same price as Levi Colwill? 4.5. I don't know about Fofana personally. I'm not sure. Hashank. Hold on. I need to have a look. Chelsea. Need to play against PSG. They played Chalobah. I don't know about Fofana. Hashank. Might want to change that. Adebayo, Chalobah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's Chalobah or Levi Colwill. I probably wouldn't have Fofana. So I probably change that. And then you have Hill. And this is assuming Zabani leaves, right? They have Zabani and Solar. Senesi will be there. Hill and Senesi, yeah. Okay, so you need to monitor Zabani's situation. Fofana is injured. He came on 8th August. Yeah, but Willis, you don't do things like a kid takes critics, discuss and debate like a man. You're down to it. That's what I'm saying. Fair enough. Fair points. Okay, so Hill, you kind of have to wait and see about Zabani's situation. Fofana, yeah, but the thing is, we don't have enough. We're not going to get with Chelsea and City. We're not going to get enough preseason to be able to tell us who exactly is their starting defensive. Like Levi Colwill, okay, Correa, okay. Like the others, it's going to be a bit hard to pick. So I'm a bit concerned about that with the other Chelsea defenders. So I don't know if I'd want to start with Fofana personally. I'd rather you get like a Sanchez if you wanted, or even a Levi Colwill potentially. And then probably do something like that instead. Salah Palmer is completely fine. Cunha. I don't know. X doesn't allow me to DM you my team, says Junior. Junior, just put it on this tweet. Can you put it as a reply under this tweet? I'll put it here I'll put the link here. Can you put it as a reply to that tweet? And I'll bring it up. Like send me a screenshot on that. Cunha, I actually don't know what it. He could be good. I don't know. Cunha and Mbeumo, I don't know what to expect. So I'm not. Cunha could work. I don't know. Salah Palmer, yes. Gyökeres, Watkins, Joe Pedro is incredibly strong. Christie and Ugarte. How much is Christie? Christie is 5.0. Ugarte is also 5.0. Yes. I might lean towards Lefe potentially over. Oh no! What happened? Sandri removed a few messages. Sandri's annoyed with some YouTuber. That is not me. Tiger, welcome Tiger. How are you doing? I sent you a message today. I just seen the reply to it. Yes, I'm still live streaming. I saw your message, and then I messaged. I'm streaming right now. I hear you will do. Jay, let me know once you sent the reply, and I'll bring the team up. Christian Ugarte. Actually, I had Pinnock and Sanchez, but did Kelleher and Fofana for extra 0.5. You could probably do like Sanchez and like a 4.0 defender or something like that. Lefebvre, promoted team, and Sunderland expect to be relegated. See, I thought the same as you. I also thought Sunderland probably going to get relegated. They might still potentially get relegated, but they've made some really, really good signings recently that I'm like, ooh, they might have a pretty decent start. So I'm happy to punt on Lefebvre a bit because of that. Found the channel a few minutes ago. Seems good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I haven't done my team yet, says Tiger. No worries, Tiger. Just have a look. You can go through this stream again and have a look at the various other teams, and you might get a few ideas. The thing with Ugarte is, okay, here's the thing with Ugarte. I don't think he's going to start every game because United don't have like European football or anything. So there's a high chance that Casemiro could also partner Bruno Fernandes in the double pivot. So because of that, there's a chance that Ugarte doesn't start that many games, which is why I was saying about Lefebvre or even like Xhaka or like some other 5.0. That's one of the reasons why I think Ugarte probably not that great an option. Like I would even go if you're looking for like between Ugarte and like a Patrick Dogu, for example. Even though Dogu is a defender, I would go for Dogu over Ugarte because I think I think Dogu will get more points than Ugarte. Man United will do good after the goal. They've actually United have been playing well in preseason. So I've watched all the games and they've played the last 2 preseason games. They played really well. It's just that I don't think Ugarte will get enough minutes. His minutes will be rotated with Casemiro. That's the thing that I'm worried about. Christie could do well actually. Christie is he's a very underrated FPL pick. Could do pretty decently. But if you have a way to free up a bit of funds, which probably don't because your front line has the entire funds. I don't mind Christie at 5.0. It's not a bad choice. Ugarte I probably might switch personally. Fofana as well, keep an eye out for that. I think you should probably you can probably get like a 4.0 defender and can swap Ugarte to like a Lefebvre or something if you wanted to. Or even like switch Udogi to like to a Patrick Dogu, even not too bad actually, 4.5. But there are a couple options. I guess it's cheers, but no worries, Tiger. But yeah, overall, pretty decent draft. Cunha is a very differential pick, nice differential pick. I hope he does well for you. Okay, next one. This is from. This was from which one is it? SKDB. This is from SKDB, and I should have JR's team as well. Yes, I do. And so okay, we have 2 drafts left, which is SKDB and JR. And I think with that, we should be done with drafts for the day. And I think we'll end with that as well. What happened to Sandri? Sandri's gone MIA. What's Mainu price? He might also be good. He might as well, but again, minutes for Mainu as well is not that confirmed. Mainu is at 5 million. Same price as Ugarte. Minutes again is a bit of an issue. Because all of them are going to be playing very similar roles. That's the problem. And it's only 2 spots, and Bruno Fernandes takes one of them. So the problem is Mainu, Ugarte, Casemiro all sharing one spot. Can I just reactivate my old group? Says Tiger. Which one, Tiger? What do you mean by old group? I don't follow. Alright. Is SKDB still here? Anyways, SKDB, I will go through your draft. If you're not here, it's alright. You can still watch it back as well. Sanchez, Milinkovic, Gabriel, Kilman, Palmer, Bruno Fernandes, Rogers, Endai, Haaland, Welbeck, Solanke, Dala, Ramsey, Konsa, and Zabani. So with Zabani, keep an eye out, see whether he's staying at Bournemouth or leaving Bournemouth. Maybe Senesi might be a slightly better option for the moment. Better defensive contributions as well. I think Senesi does have a pretty good per 90 defensive contribution. Konsa is okay, but I mentioned as well on this stream, I think you might be able to find a defender, 4.5 defender with slightly better defensive contributions. Personally, is what I'm thinking. Sanchez is fine. Dalo, yep. Dalo might not be a starting goalkeeper anymore because Leeds have signed a new goalkeeper. Ramsey is 4.5. I haven't done enough research into Burnley's cheaper midfielder options to give too much of a statement on Ramsey. And I can't even find him. Aha, here he's 4.5. If you can upgrade him to a 5. There are a few 5.0 midfielders who are kind of starting. If you can upgrade him to a 5.0, that might be potential. Haaland, Welbeck, and Solanke. Yeah, I think that's fine. Keep an eye out for Solanke's fitness. Because that could be something to switch a player over. Because if he's not fit, might have to switch him. My fantasy group that I formed from last year. You should be able to, Tiger. It should be there. You should be able to renew it again. If you're the administrator of the league, you should be able to renew it. Amit says, I guess no Haaland or Salah is the way to go this season because of the transfer window and so many premium forwards have come in FPL. Could be, actually. It could be. We don't know. That's the only thing. It could be. I'm happy to start with one of them and then see how it goes. But that could be a play as well. Haaland, Welbeck, Dennis, Solanke, that's fine. Welbeck, fitness, keep an eye out. Solanke as well, fitness. Palmer, Bruno, Rogers, completely fine. Lemon and Die as well. Milinkovic, Gabriel, Kilman, and Sanchez. Kilman is... How much is Kilman? Is Kilman 4.5? If Kilman is 4.5, which is... I would prefer either Wan-Bissaka or I'd prefer Diouf. Diouf is actually playing like very attacking, potentially out of position 4.5 defender for West Ham. So I prefer the two of them potentially over Kilman. Kilman's... What is Kilman's... Yes, Kilman's defensive contributions are not too bad. 9.33 per 90. So it's not too bad actually, Kilman as well. That's actually not too bad as well. Alexis, welcome. What to do for rate my team? You can send me a message on either X or on Instagram. If it's on X, this is my handle. If it's on Instagram, it's Football Chatbox. I think the link should be in my description as well. My social links. Otherwise, you have to join the Discord. But the Discord is now behind YouTube members. Can you change your team as many times before the deadline? Yes, you can. Valdemarson or Moore for fodder? Tom Heaton, Becky. He's actually playing games. He might actually be the starting goalkeeper for Man United until Onana is fit. I'm rather unsure about some important parts of the team, but 3 Forest guys, Rogers, Watkins, Palmer, and Saka are pretty much set for me. So many good options this year, hard to choose. Yep, true. In Konza, I'm looking for clean sheets. Yep, then fair enough. That's fair enough. Zabani, keep an eye out for Zabani in terms of whether he leaves Bournemouth or not. Otherwise, you can go for Senesi. Dalo is no longer an option for a 4.0. At least he won't start, but who knows? We'll see. Because they've signed a new goalkeeper, Leeds. Solanke, keep an eye out for fitness, like I mentioned. Is fine. Midfield is okay. I would like to have a Liverpool attacker. Probably. Like a Words even, I probably don't mind if you can try and get him in. Milinkovic, Gabriel, Kilman. I mentioned like Wan-Bissaka or Diouf. I would slightly prefer. Sanchez is okay as well. How much money in the bank? SKDB. Diouf looks good, true, but I don't know, worried about minutes. He started the last 2 preseason games though. Let's see what they do for the next preseason game as well. If Diouf starts the next preseason game as well, he might be a pretty decent option. So let's see next week whether he's played. Like, I'll be doing a stream next week on Wednesday and we'll have a look at the preseason minutes. Oh no, next week I need to slightly adjust my stream dates. Next week we might have a stream on Tuesday and Wednesday potentially. Tuesday we'll do some preseason analysis and Wednesday we'll do some drafts. Didn't realize Onana is out of action for at least the first 2 game weeks potentially. First 2, maybe if lucky 3. I don't know. That's it. 0 in the bank. Ooh. Okay. Fair enough. That's because Welbeck and all our are taking. Endai is 6.5, right? 7.5, 8.5. The only way for you to get like a Words would be to downgrade Welbeck to like Giu at 4.5 and upgrade Endai to Words at 8.5. I think that's the only way for you to get like Words or something. Read my messages, Ryan. When I asked him how old he was when I asked him on the line, he couldn't give it. So mean. Why so mean, Sandri? Tiger, what time? Wednesday. Wednesday, it'll have to be at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Sydney time. Is that 9 p.m. for you as well, Tiger? Or is that like slightly early for you? 9 p.m. Sydney time. Thanks, just sent it on Instagram. Oh, Alexis, with, is that a super chat or super thanks? You might be the first person to actually send that for us. Haaland versus Salah is the dilemma. That is true. Fair enough. Why doesn't my notifications... I should have notifications for this. I don't know why it's not coming through. I need to have a look. But there should be like a pop-up that just came. Thank you very much, Alexis. I don't know if that's... Is that like a super chat or a super sticker? Is that a super sticker? Thank you very much. You're actually the first person to do that. So you are now going down in Football Chatbox history. Thanks, just send it on Instagram. All right, I will bring it up. Yes, I can see your team. All right, that's your team. We brought it up. Was a true football fan had to accept the reality. Oh my days. Perhaps bench boost week 2. Ooh, I could be. I haven't looked. Axis says you're welcome. Thank you very much. Okay. So this is SKDBD. SKDBD. It's like Skibidi. Skibidi. Okay. Keep an eye out. See, I think have a look how we go next week as well. Between Haaland versus Salah, see how you go, how you feel. And we'll monitor Diouf as well to see if he starts for West Ham, then he could be an option. But the rest of the team looks pretty decent, looks pretty good. I like it. Keep an eye out for Zabani, whether he leaves Bournemouth or stays at Bournemouth. Otherwise, you might also go like Senesi. I sent you my team on Instagram as well. Yes, I have your team. This is your team, right? All right. Since we'll go to Alexi. Actually, no. Before Alexi, I need to do this one as well. This one was from JR. JR, are you here? I think JR is still here. Yes, he is. You have to accept, is Liverpool bigger than you? Okay, this is from JR. Sanchez, Milenkovic, Colville, Murillo, Saka, Wirtz, Rogers, Palmer, Gakpo. Ooh, Gakpo. Differential. Nice. Watkins and Chris Wood, actual. Okay, this is the first time I've seen Gakpo and Chris Wood in the draft for today. Eyestone, Evan Nelson, Hover, and Goodmanson. How much is Eyestone? Is he a 4.0? He's a 4.0. It's like Valdemarsen. Okay, so Milenkovic, Colville, Murillo, double Forest defense. Oh. Saka, Wirtz, Rogers, Palmer, and Gakpo. Midfield looks pretty solid. So this is a team, now that I've just paid a bit more attention to it again. This is the second draft we've seen today. And I don't know if Becky is not Becky. Who was it? Amit, are you still here? This is the second Haaland versus no Haaland, no Salah draft. I thought his name was funny, so I put him there for now. Fair enough. I can't argue with that. I have no defense. I'm thinking of wildcard in 2 weeks, says Andy. Oh my days, Andy. Andy says you're still on. Yes, I am. Hello again, guys. Mikkel, welcome. You're back. I already reviewed your teams, Mikkel, but I can review it again later. But I actually went through your teams already. You'll have to like skip back earlier in the stream. Midfield is amazing. I've just realized that there's no Salah and no Haaland. But you've gone for Wirtz and Gakpo. If Isak joins, would you be getting Isak? What, having Gyökeres in my team? Oh, Tiger has got Gyökeres in his team. Watkins and Chris Wood is fine. Evan Nelson also is good. Hover and Goodmanson is okay as well. Colville, Murillo, and Milenkovic and Sanchez. I'm assuming there is 0 in the bank for this team. JR, I don't know how I feel about the two super premiums. Paying 14 for one player has always been a lot for me. Fair enough. How much do you have? Do you have anything? I did see that, but was busy. Okay. All good, all good. But you heard the recommendations, right? So it should be okay. Do you have any money in the bank? And I am sure you are true football fans, Sandri. If Isak goes there, I'm not sure that I want any of them. Wouldn't be able to predict the lineups at that point. I think Words will still be okay. I don't know about Gakpo. That's the only thing. I think Words might still be okay for starting. Gakpo, I'm not fully sure. Nothing in the bank. Okay, fair enough. Sandri says, is Liverpool bigger than you? Liverpool is bigger than me, yes. Is Liverpool bigger than Manchester United? Questionable. Aren't we tied at the moment for trophies? So right now it's 2020 for league titles. Let's see. Let's see who gets the 21. Then bench boost out of bench boost in game week 3. Oh, Andy's up to some interesting chip ideas. Okay, so midfield looks good. Forward line, good. I think if Isak joins, you probably have to think about it. If that happens, I get Bruno and Semenyo over the Liverpool duo. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that could also work potentially. That could also work. I think the other option is you can still keep Wirtz. You could probably get like Williams as one of the Forest defenders, and instead of Milenkovic, maybe you keep Murillo because he's good for DEFCON, and you get maybe Williams at a 5.0 if you wanted to get some funds. This is if you're trying to free up funds. The only way I can think of like freeing up funds is like you get Williams from Forest, Colville, Murillo. You free up 0.5 there. And then you can use that 0.5. I don't know exactly where you want to use that 0.5. How much is Gakpo? Gakpo is 7.5. Actually don't know where you're going to use that 0.5 if you get the 0.5. We'll see what happens with Isak. And I think that will decide. So this is the second Haaland, no Salah draft that we've seen. Manchester United are the biggest club in the UK. Go on, Tiger. Landry's out here trying to stir the pot. Alright. Crazy stream, bruv. Really appreciate it. No worries. Alright, we are on to our final draft for the day. And also shout out to what do you call? Alexis, because Alexis is the first super chat. First, I think this is super sticker. I still don't know. But Alexis is the first person to do that for the channel. So Alexis goes down in Football Chatbox history as well. Thank you very much. I was thinking that moving 0.5 around seems tough in my team. If anything, I'd go to one of the 7s in midfield. Yeah, that's probably what I was thinking as well. Even if you were to drop 0.5, I was like, where would you like? It's either that or you like improve your defender to like another 5.0 defender. I don't know. But yeah, it's a bit tough at the moment. Or is it only me who change teams several times every day? We'll all know our teams will change until this starts. All of us are going to definitely change our teams until this starts. Oh no, Alex has done it again. You know, Alexis, you should have just joined that Discord at this rate. But thank you very much, Alexis, for the contributions. You didn't have to do it. We'll go through Alexis's team as well now. Thank you very much. Bench boost active. Ooh, okay, bench boost active. So, okay. Here's the question, Alex. When are you playing your wildcard? Is it a game week 2 wildcard or are you playing the wildcard slightly after? That's the other question. So this is a bench boost active squad. So this is the first bench boost squad, game week 1 bench boost that we've seen for today. Sanchez and Kelleher. Lefe, Konsa, and Livramento. Livramento. Do we know what Livramento's fitness is like? I think I may be taking money and investing it into Colville to move into a 6. That could work. That could work. Game week 13 wildcard. Oh, okay. So this has to last a long time. Okay. Okay. So then I have to keep that in mind. Newcastle, Livramento. Okay. No, Lewis Hall, no? Is Lewis Hall... What's happened to Lewis Hall? He's still there. Okay, let's have a look. Gabriel, Wan-Bissaka, Murillo. Yep, that's good. Konsa and Livramento. Gakpo. So this one is without Salah. Gakpo, Palmer, Rogers, Eleman Endai, Beto, Gyökeres, Haaland. Ooh, double Everton attack. But that's because it's Leeds in game week 1 as well. No money in the bank, right, Alexis? No money in the bank? You can hold 0.5 or 1 million back in your game week 1. You have a very strong player there. Who, me or is it Alexis? Libra and Gakpo are not pinned until we know what happens with Isak. Oh, okay. Libra? Who's Libra? Oh, you mean Livramento? Okay, fair enough. Okay, so if Isak joins Liverpool, that'll definitely change plans here because Gakpo could be a bit of a question mark then, because even Hugo Ekitike can also play like the can play the left wing spot for Liverpool. So that will raise a few questions. I still think Gakpo will start game week 1. Even if Isak joins. But after that, you're in a bit of an issue. Henry is having a conversation or a debate with Tiger at this point. Beto should start 0 in the bank. Yeah, Beto will start. At the moment, Beto will start. 0 in the bank. I'm wondering if Rodon from Leeds for 4.0, Leeds play Everton game week 1, but you're having double Everton attack. Who else who has good fixtures? Spurs, Sunderland, and West Ham. No Spurs players. Any thoughts on Spurs? Or no Spurs options for the moment? Or not interested with like Spurs players? My plan is to hold this team until game week 3, then I can make changes. Okay. Wait. So were you wildcarding in? You were wildcarding in game week 13, right, Alexis? Not game week 3, right? It was wildcarding game week 13. So, but you're trying to roll transfers to game week 3. I'm a Chelsea fan. You are Arsenal or Man United fan? Tiger's an Arsenal fan. Ryan answer. Andrew, this debate has to happen on a different stream. Isak causing just as much drama as Trent. But we kind of had to wait now and see what happens with Isak, because if Isak switches, things will change as well. At the moment, I like this team for a bench boost game week 1. I'm assuming that you're going to roll your transfers in game week 1 and 2. Sorry, game week 2 as well. And then game week 3, you make the changes. And wildcard is in game week 13. But then you would most likely, like game week 3, the Everton players might move. Because Everton's fixtures after game week 1 get a bit more harder, like Brighton, Wolves, Aston Villa, Liverpool. So I'm assuming, okay, Brighton is also not too bad. Wolves, okay, not too bad as well. But then you'll probably slightly offload some of the Everton players. Wildcard 13, then use transfers and 3. Team is good in rotation until game 4. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yep. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. What else can we improve? So, okay. So if Isak joins, does that mean, because if Isak joins, then you probably don't go with Gyökeres, right? We'll see. We'll see if Isak joins or not. But yeah. MZ, welcome back, Ryan. So long you go live. This is the last draft, MZ. Don't worry. This is the last draft. And he says you all get 4 million defender that reaches 4.2. Yeah, we probably might get a few. Pricing jumping up. Yeah. Alexis says yes. This is the last draft. We also got a super chat from Alexis. 2 super chats from Alexis actually. So shout out to Alexis for that as well. Getting Eze if he stays in Palace in game week 4. Getting Eze if he stays in Palace in game week 4. Yep. Okay. Fair points. That actually could work as well. Okay. So we will have to monitor what happens with Liverpool and their transfer windows. If Isak comes, I want him in Mrs. team as well. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Solid looking team. Very interesting. So it's like Haaland game week 1 captain, Gyökeres game week 2 captain from the looks of it for the moment. And then we'll monitor after that. But if Isak comes, obviously things change. All right. We will end it here. Maatsen for a point, lads, to watch him as minutes. Maatsen as well, not a bad option. Could keep an eye out for him. Ian Maatsen has, if his minutes are good, he has slightly better defensive contributions than Konsa. The only thing is minutes. So we'll need to monitor Ian Maatsen for minutes. All right. I think we'll end it here. So let's first shout out Alexis for obviously the Palmer captain gave it to. Oh. Who do Chelsea have? Oh, West Ham. Oh yeah, fair enough. All right, let's end it here. Shout out to Alexis for the amazing super chat. Super thanks. That has also taken Alexis to the top of the top fans for today's streams. Amit and Michael Werner are in second and third tied. Florit is basically Becky in fourth. Sam in fifth. Andy sixth. Sandri, I think you need to have a look into how you can get this top fans thing because you've spoken a lot today. I'm sure that if you had found out how to enable it, you might have also got onto this leaderboard. But thank you to everyone. My voice is basically almost good as gone at this point. But it's been a very long stream today, actually. So thank you for joining. Palmer week 2 must be the best choice. It's that or an Arsenal play against Leeds. Initially, I was thinking Gyökeres against Leeds. You have a league? Yes, we do. I think this should be the latest code. I'm assuming that's the latest code. Yes, that is the latest code. That should allow you to join the league. What's the best 6 fixtures that start? Oh, I can show you this on the members area, but I don't know if the members area is up at the moment. Oh, it is up. Season ticker. Three, 4, 5, 6. Not by difficulty. It put Sunderland up. Amit. Followed by Brentford. I don't know if I trust the Brentford one, but Aston Villa are probably the third one, and I probably would rate Aston Villa higher at the moment. All right. We will end it here. Thank you all for watching. Shout out to Tiger, Andy, Sandri. First of all, shout out to Alexis for the super. I think there's super thanks, super chats. I don't even know. Super stickers. I think they're called super stickers. So shout out to Sandri for, yes, it is a super stickers actually. Now that I look about it, it is actually a super sticker. So shout out to Alexis for the super stickers. Shout out to Sandri, Tin, Tiger, Becky, Amit, Mikkel, MFZ, JR, SKBD, Shubharan, Nick, Combe, Freddy, Amit, who else? Harshank, Rohan. Have I missed anyone else from here? Hopefully not. Aditya, Chad, Amit I did mention as well. I mentioned Matthew. Who else? Going to my chat. Shubharan as well. I mentioned Roku as well. Simonal, Andrew, and Andy, and everyone else who was there at the start as well. Thank you very much for joining. You should consider a watch along, right? Well, we could do like a preseason one, but like I can't stream the game. That's the only problem. 1.5k before the season starts. Hopefully, we're at 1290 at the moment. Hopefully, we can hit 1.5k subscribers. We'll see. So next week's content, because next week Friday I'm not available, and Saturday also I'm not available. So I think what we will do next week is we will do a stream on Tuesday to look at preseason games, to analyze the preseason games. We will do a stream on Wednesday for drafts, to look at drafts. We will then do a stream probably Sunday, maybe, potentially. I think we'll have a look. Maybe Sunday if I'm available. I'm not sure yet what my schedule on Sunday will be like next Sunday. But for now, Tuesday and Wednesday, 9 p.m. Sydney time, next week is the plan. That should be 12 p.m. in the UK, 4:30 p.m. Indian time zone, and 7 p.m. in Singapore, Malaysia time zone. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and I'll try and do a video next week to look at rotation combinations, like teams rotation fixtures. I'll try and do a video for that. That's the content plan for next week. So we'll see how we go. Thank you all for watching. Shout out to Alexis as well for being the first person on the channel for a super sticker as well. And I will see you all next week. Have a great weekend and have a good one. Until then, peace out. Make sure to hit your like and subscribe as well. And I'll see you all later.